Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We are reading from chapter 4, the Yoga of the Division of Wisdom, and we have reached the part in the Science of the Avatar, the opening of chapter 4, in which Lord Krishna describes why he takes a form and comes to this world. 7. Whenever there is a decline of righteousness, O Arjuna, and the rise of unrighteousness, then I manifest myself. 8. For the protection of the good, for the destruction of the wicked, and for the establishment of righteousness, I am born in every age. So, those of you who would like to memorize some verses of the Bhagavad Gita, is a very, very good practice to have those truths resonating in our mind all the time. These 2 verses are highly recommended, very, very beautiful, in which the Lord himself explains to us why he's taking this apparent human form and comes here to be with us. And the reason is for the protection of the good, for the destruction of the wicked, and establishment of righteousness. And this happens, the good need protection, and the wicked need to be destroyed, and the righteousness need to be re-established whenever there is the decline in righteousness and rise on in unrighteousness, meaning when dharma is very, very, very low. So there is a story, it's the frame story of the Mahabharata, that explains about the specific birth of Lord Krishna. And it is said as following. There was this great, great war in heavens between the Devas, the good guys, the beings of light, and the Asuras, the bad guys, the beings of darkness, between righteousness and unrighteousness. The Devas won. The Asuras had to run away. So they chose a place to seek shelter, and this was planet Earth. So all those dark forces came to planet Earth and incarnated here on planet Earth as many, many things, as vicious animals, as landscapes, as people, but more importantly, as kings, members of royal families. Why it is so important? Because as kings, they can destroy dharma more efficiently. First, by their own example. They set an example of adharma and people follow. And then they legislate adharmic rules. So their legislation, the way they rule, forces people or guides people or allows people, depending on the individual person, to be adharmic, to be unrighteous. And it is said that there was so many appearances of those dark forces on Mother Earth, and unrighteousness was so prevalent that Mother Earth was feeling so miserable. And she came to Lord Narayana, the Creator himself, and said, "Oh, please, I can no longer bear the burden of all those unrighteous kings. There is so much corruption on me. I have become so polluted with corruption. I can no longer bear it. Please come and fix the situation." And this was the prompt that gave rise to the avatar, which we came to know as Lord Krishna. Earth was filled with adharma. Swami Shivananda tells us, dharma is that which sustains and holds together There is no proper equivalent for this term in the English language. That which helps a man to attain moksha or salvation or spiritual liberation, if you will, is dharma. That which makes a man irreligious or unrighteous is adharma. That which elevates a man and helps him reach the goal of life and attain knowledge is dharma. That which drags him and hurls him down in the abyss of worldliness and ignorance is adharma. So we see here, again, we go back to the story of the Mahabharata, to which the Bhagavad Gita belongs. We have a family, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Arjuna, the member of the Pandavas, the righteous side of the family. Arjuna's older brother, Yudhishthira, is the son of Dharmaraj, the Lord of Dharma himself. So Yudhishthira, the older brother of Arjuna, is actually Dharma personified. And the whole family is very righteous, is very dharmic. But the other side of the family, their cousins, their uncle, the sons of Dhritarashtra, headed by Duryodhana, are of Ashuric nature. They are evil-minded, they are corrupt, and they want to establish an unrighteous rule. A rule in which dharma will be eradicated. And we are also told it's not just the Kauravas, the Kshatriyas, the warrior caste, the kings who were supposed to establish dharma, became extremely corrupt. And so there was this great war that was meant to purify the whole earth from this great, great, great corruption. This was the reason why Lord Krishna came. How is it relevant to our time? What does it mean for us? We will see in the next video. Please join us. Om Shanti.